Hello, my name is Dr. Chris Jensen, and it's my pleasure to spend a moment with you today to talk about the embedded skills platform that we designed specifically for Colorado schools. As you're well aware, you prepare students for life now as well as life after graduation, and that's a complex task. We mainly rely upon content standards or an academic body of knowledge that all students should acquire before they move out into the world. We are also asked by the state of Colorado to infuse certain essential skills that are paramount to their success now, as well as opportunities in the future when they engage in a career or long-term employment. So our goal is to be able to tether those together in a way that is not burdensome to teachers or principals, while at the same time allows students to practice both with important content and essential skills, not as two separate entities, but a congruent benefit that they will use, develop, and be comfortable with when they hit the workforce in due time. The embedded skills platform that we came up with and trialed initially at Carson Middle School, Fountain Fort Carson, is known as POEMS. The acronym stands for Professional Outlook and Embedded Mental Stability. And this really defines the goals of the embedded skills platform that we created. Its goals are straightforward. Number one, skill acquisition for students. What skills will they acquire? The ones that the state of Colorado has already delivered to you and asked you to learn, the Colorado Essential Skills. The second goal is self-efficacy. Self-efficacy we will use defined in this initiative as a student's ability and belief that they can complete complex tasks because they have the necessary faculties and skills within their current environment and their personal self to accomplish that task. So simply put, they think they can get it done. And the third and final measure, believe it or not, is self-esteem. Now these are all actually connected together based upon extensive pediatric research over the last several decades. We know both with clinical interventions as well as large-scale research that when children acquire skills and truly believe that they have mastered or taking that skill to a proficient level, that boosts their self-efficacy. And this makes a lot of sense. If I have some new talents, new abilities, and I believe they are sincere, that I've worked at them, I've developed them over time, and I see the success, I should in fact believe that I am more capable and able to accomplish more tasks. What's great about kids especially is when that happens, I go from skills to belief that I can accomplish more. It tends to foster in the research that has been shown over time an increase in self-esteem or personal self-worth. And when you tie all these together, it really doesn't defy the expected logic that we think we would see. A student who has more abilities, believes they can do more, and is proud and feels better about themselves. Now, why this is important is it allows us to take current lesson plans without changes and focus on the instructional strategy. That instructional strategy, or how kids are learning that day, will inherently require skills. Whether it be a small group, an oral presentation, or even direct instruction, it's going to ask the student to have certain abilities, certain perspectives, and certain talents in terms of their focus and execution to accomplish the task at hand, learn what they're supposed to, and often assignments that follow up that level of instruction will require further skills. So we're going to be deliberate and focus on the skills being used. We'll also use a resource guide that gives us templates, ideas, discussions, and activities to emphasize those skills so it becomes very apparent to a student when they're learning what skills they're practicing with, what their current proficiency is, and as they continue to work with those specific skills, how they develop over time. By doing this, we can be explicit and deliberate about skill learning, allow the students to track their performance over time, and what we expect to see, again, going back to pediatric research, is as their skills grow, so does their self-efficacy. And as their belief in their ability to accomplish tasks grows, so will their self-esteem. In a moment, I will show you some of the initial design elements of POEMS to go into a little more detail and reinforce these ideas. And I'll also be happy to show you in a later video some of the initial performance metrics that we gathered from a trial of roughly 600 students at Carson Middle School in Colorado and we are hopeful that your school has the same success and exciting outcome. With that, thank you for joining me on this introduction, and please continue to move through the videos in the sequence that they are offered. Have a great day.